Next question. Jocko. Should someone always be detached?
Okay, straightforward question. The answer is no. Someone shouldn't always be detached, because otherwise you aren't enjoying anything in your life. So don't always be detached, no. But at the same time, that being said, you should be aware all the time if you are getting sucked into the emotional vortex, right? You've got to be aware of that. Once you have that awareness, you don't need to be detached all the time at all. Yeah. I'm not always detached at all, but I've got clear warning signs. When things start going sideways and I start going down some vortex, I know immediately and I just detach. Yeah. So it's really easy. But it does take practice, and eventually you realize that, you know, when you're feeling overwhelmed or when you're feeling emotional and you're feeling angry or you're feeling frustrated, when you start feeling those things and you sense them really quickly and you recognize them, you just detach, boom, you're done. Yeah. So that's what you got to do. Start recognizing those red flags so that you can enjoy the good things, and when something starts getting crazy, you can detach.
Yeah, so it's like an overall skill of being able to control when to detach and when you don't have to.
Being able to identify when you need to detach, then being able to detach, then you're good.
Yeah, so it's like it's a matter of being capable of making an accurate, beneficial choice.
Yeah, but the identification is the hard part.
Yes, that's
people.
what I mean.
What happens to people when they talk to me is they after the fact they realize I lost my temper and I did this. Yeah. Okay, you didn't detach in time, and that's why you ended up there. Yeah. So, or I said some things to my ex-girlfriend that I shouldn't have said because I got too emotional. Exactly. Yeah. You didn't detach in time. Yeah. You got crazy and emotional. So the skill that you're missing is identifying when you're starting to get too emotional, whatever that emotion might be. Once you identify it, boom, detach. Yeah. It's kind of take control. Then you can take control.
Yes.
And make tactical moves.
Yeah.
Not emotional moves.
And that's ultimately the art, to make the move. You know how like jiu-jitsu guys, if they've never taken
Actually, no, you know what? The moves, when you're emotionally detached, the moves actually aren't that hard. They're actually usually pretty obvious. Yeah. Like you're in a fight with your girlfriend. And you're starting to go down the wrong lane. As soon as you detach, you go, oh, I know what I need to do. Yeah. I should say I'm sorry and tell her that we can go to the restaurant that she wants to go to. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Yep. The moves are not actually that hard. Yeah. But we never make good moves when we're being emotional. Right. Instead, we just go, no, I don't want to go to that restaurant. We went there 3 weeks in a row. And I don't care if I said that to you. You deserve me to say that to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you go down the wrong path.
But what if somebody's like detached the whole time, even when problems don't arise?
Then we don't have a relationship.
Right? That's what I mean. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're not being detached all the time. That's the answer to the question.
Right. So it's like
you've reiterated it for everyone.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm here for. I think a lot of time. You know how guys will ask you, "Hey, I want to learn jiu-jitsu. I want to learn to mess people up." It's like, bro, that's not really what it is. No. Jiu-jitsu is having the skills to quote unquote mess people up, but what you learn ultimately is you put yourself in a position where you can make that decision. Is it time to mess someone up or not? And you just have control of the situation.
Of the jiu-jitsu.
So that's really what it is.
Most people that start with the vision of I want to be able to mess people up, most people continue on the journey of jiu-jitsu, arrive at a point where they realize that they don't want to abuse this power that they now have. Yeah. Most people. Yeah. There's a small percentage of people that are bullies. They were bullies when they started, and they become more effective bullies. Yeah. More fearful, more fear imposing bullies. Yeah. Which sucks. Yeah. But jiu-jitsu is power. That's why you got to have some of it.
Yeah. Agree. But compared to like anything where it's like striking based or whatever, it's like like I've said this before, I'm not going to go deep in it, but you go from 0 to 10. When you throw a strike, you're already at 10. Yeah. You can't just throw a light one and be like, okay, are we cool now? No. Kind of thing.
Because you're not cool.
No.
You just slapped me in the face. We ain't cool at all.
Yeah, you brought it to 10, whether you knocked him out or not.
It's funny because like I see my kids and what you're talking about can happen very easily when other people are in the group with my kids. I mean, because they've been training jiu-jitsu. So even like against any normal kid, there's no factor. Yeah. Like I see, my son will be wrestling around with some kid. It's no factor. Yeah. And it's it's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of cool. Bro.
It's real cool, yeah.
I see
my kids aren't like jiu-jitsu. Like, there's kids out there that are sick, competitive jiu-jitsu all the time, right? Yeah. That's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about, like, just knowing jiu-jitsu.
100%. Correct. Yes. And but when I see kids doing jiu-jitsu, especially, like, I'm not saying necessarily even in a tournament, I'm just saying in jiu-jitsu in class, even at the beach or whatever, when I see them, bro, I'm like, man, I wish I could have done jiu-jitsu when I was a little kid.
Sure.
You know how fun that would be?
Yeah.
Man, it's
make up for it now.
I'm trying.